Hello everyone, Michael Lombardo here from Life Poured Out International. I want to talk to you about hearing the voice of God. In my travels all over the world, I've sat with believers from all different kinds of backgrounds and streams in the church, and one thing they always tell me is they struggle hearing the voice of God. Now, hearing the voice of God should be as natural as breathing. But at one point or another, we all struggle with this. Maybe in some seasons we're hearing Him clearly, and in other seasons it's really hard. So I just want to read you a scripture out of the Gospel of John. This is chapter 10, verse 27. Now, this is like a staple scripture for me, but I want to read it to you out of the New American Standard Bible. So John chapter 10, verse 27, and this is Jesus, and He says, "My sheep hear my voice, I know them, and they follow me." This is something I really want you to know, so just hear this. You are hardwired to hear the voice of God. When He created you, there's an ability on the inside of you to hear His voice, to feel His presence, to commune with Him, and to be intimate with Him. When you are born again, His Spirit now lives on the inside of you, and He is leading you. Sometimes it's strongly, and sometimes it's subtly. So here's the thing. There's so many distractions in our life. We're constantly on our phone, we're constantly being entertained, and there's nothing wrong with those things. But we need to have set apart time where we're in His Word, asking Him questions. And instead of always speaking, instead of always declaring, instead of always being vocal in our prayer life, it's important that we develop a listening ear. We have to take some time in our prayer, in our secret place with Him, and say, "Daddy, I'm here just to listen." And over time, it's not going to happen overnight, it's not going to happen right away, but over time, you'll begin to discern and begin to understand when He's speaking to you or if it's just your own natural thoughts. So you have to know this, because one of the greatest hindrances to hearing His voice is believing you can't hear His voice. One of the greatest hindrances to hearing the voice of God is believing that everyone else hears from God and you can't. And that's exactly what the devil is going to tell you. That's exactly what the accuser is going to whisper in your ear. You can't hear the voice of God. Everybody else hears the voice of God. Man, this is a really hard season of your life. God's not speaking to you. And if He can get you to believe those lies, He'll be able to stop that flow in your life of hearing Him and being sensitive to His Spirit. Everything in the kingdom is received by faith. Right? We walk by faith, not by sight. We're justified by faith. We receive the miracles and the blessings of God by faith. And it's the same thing with hearing His voice. You must believe that you hear His voice. You must have that confidence in your Father that He is always speaking, that He's always willing to lead you and guide you and show you who He is and what He wants to do in your life in each particular season. So if you need to speak this over yourself 5, 10, 15 times a day, then do it. Just say over yourself, "I can hear the voice of God. I have been hardwired to hear His voice. I can feel His presence. I can be led by Him." As you speak it over yourself and you meditate on that truth, and as you spend time with Him and you get all the clutter out of your mind and you spend time with Him in the Word and in prayer, you'll begin to see that you're hearing His voice more clearly and more than ever before. I hope that blessed you. Thank you guys so much. We love you and value you at Life Poured Out International.